Readiness achieved by committing to the creed of Atmanirbharta.
Put it wrong, live on YouTube. Will you be able to write Chitralekha Potnis under that?
Yes.
Self-reliance on the world stage. I am the sharp edge of the sword.
Nestled in the nation's quiver.
I am the Indian Navy.
Capable of unleashing hell if provoked.
I am a combat-ready,
Credible
cohesive,
and future-proof force.
So good evening. We are going live now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I welcome you all for the Beyond Education series by Idym Group of Companies. It is a unique talk show that brings in inspiring stories from all over the world. Every session, every has a person with a story to tell, a story that can inspire, a story knowledgeable enough to take up a right career path and skilled enough to be self-supportive. According to the great legend Mahatma Gandhi, literacy in itself is no education. Only mugging up facts and developing an ability to read and write does not fulfill the real aim of education. A truly educated person is one who can use his education to be self-dependent. These are some of the lines that actually suits our guest speaker, Chitralekha ma'am. Before starting the interaction, I take this opportunity to introduce her. Professionally an electronics engineer with PG Diploma in Industrial Management, Chitralekha ma'am is one of the founders of Field College of Professional Studies. She has published 53 research papers globally on engineering education, management education, industry institute interaction, quality of education, educational centers, etc. She was one of the 10 women chosen by the Ministry of Science and Technology of the Government of India way back in 1999 for training to become an entrepreneur. She has worked with street children on UNICEF projects. She has been awarded a Women Hero Award in the field of education at the 6th annual Celebrating Womenhood 2018 by the Indo-Canadian Arts and Culture Initiative. She is also on the board of directors of Indo-Canadian Arts and Culture Initiative. She has been recognized by Sonia Sidhu, MP, Member of Parliament, Brampton South, House of Commons, Canada, in April 2019 for her contribution and service to the community. She is also Vice President of WICCI, Central Canada in Indian Business Council. She has been recognized by Harinder Malhi, MPP, Member of Provincial Parliament, and Minister of Status of Women as Women Hero for her contribution in the field of education. She has been conferred the Education Excellence Award at the World Marketing Summit and Kotler Awards Canada in November 2019. So there is much more recognitions and awards of ma'am, but we will be discussing more in the interactive session in this session. Okay, ma'am. So let's start with the interaction, and yes, let's start from your education first. Like you are an electronics engineer. So this was a few years ago. This was again a field which women didn't like to go, or women didn't prefer for it. So what inspired you to choose this field?
Uh, thank you, Dr. Anjum. If I can tell you about myself, my father was a professor in BITS Pilani. I am a daughter of a professor. So I had seen education center in a very, very close way. And BITS Pilani is one of the most prestigious institution in India. So I born there, I grew up there, and definitely, the education is a prime, but serving education is in my blood. So that goes on. Although I took education in electronics, but definitely there was something in my mind that I should spread this education, serve community through education. So this thing was going on in my mind, but I had also worked in industry, because to make this education more fruitful, you should also, and I will also tell all technocrats as well, that once you do your graduation, see that you work for a few years in industry, because what we are learning in class is an entirely theoretical aspect of any education. So please get into the field, take some experience, and then get into whatever you want. So the same passion, after doing my engineering, I worked in industries for a couple of years, 3 years, and then I shifted to education. So serving education, being a daughter of a professor, it's always in my mind that I want to get into the education field.
Yeah, ma'am, that's really great. But you have been an educator for nearly, I think, 25 years, and you have
Oh,
published.
more than that, almost since last 35 years, I'm working in education.
Okay. Because it was actually mentioned in the profile you sent, so I just said 25 years. Okay, and but how did you choose to be an educator? You said you worked in an industry and then you came to an education field. So how did you choose to become an educator?
That's what Dr. Anjum, I said that I grew up in a professor's home. So somewhere I always had in my mind that I want to become a professor, or I want to work in education sector, which I would like to serve community through education, because that's an atmosphere at home. But definitely my father played a very important role in my career. He always used to say, he's no more, but he always used to say that please go to industry, learn all factors or all departments of industry, how they work, how the HR functions, how finance works, how production works, how operations work. You should know how the industry works. And when you shift to in the teaching organization, you are not a theoretical teacher, book to book. No. So you had seen industry. You had worked practically with all, if I say in terms of electronics, resistors, capacitors, signal generators, oscilloscope. So I know, because I had worked in industry, so that printed circuit board, how the solders is to be done. So those are the old things which I can say. But definitely that has given me a clear idea when I was teaching in class, and when I was taking the practicals in lab. So that the working in industry has definitely given me a broad vision. So working in industry, I can say that I had my vision of taking training for my life to work in education. So once I took I worked in industry for 3-4 years, and then I very thoughtfully got into education after taking training in industry. That's what I can say.
Okay, that's really great, ma'am. And yes, working in industry actually gives you real-time experience about, like you were talking about resistors, capacitors, and PCBs, ma'am. Actually, basically, I'm also an electronics engineer. So I know what is the importance of going to an industry and studying about all this. Because once we join as an educator, we just have books with us. We don't have that practical knowledge. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And you were also chosen by the Ministry of Science and Technology of the Government of India way back in 1999 for training to become an entrepreneur. So, what was that training about, and how did you
Uh,
get selected?
yes, that was in Gujarat, and there were, I can say that almost 100 or 150 women was there, and a lot of women are in line, and we all are standing, and they selected only 10 women from entire mob. And then I was one of them. I got selected. The Department of Science and Technology, IDBI Bank, and some big banks and big organizations have sponsored that event, and we were trained to become an entrepreneur. Yes, I got training from India, and somehow I did not get chance to open up my any organization, but I opened my school, my office, my university, my college in Canada. So I'm always thankful to India that India has given me education training, and I got an opportunity, and I opened my business center in Canada. But training was for women entrepreneurship, and they had trained us in how to do our marketing, how to get business loans, how to approve, how to get that approved, what are the requirements, what are the challenges of entrepreneurship. Everything, the term entrepreneurship was very nicely taught to us in terms of finance, taking challenges and facing the challenges of world, and how you need to be motivated. Because when you become an entrepreneur, you are not reporting to anyone. Nobody's asking you, hey, what did you do yesterday? Hey, what are you doing now? Because you are your own boss. So you should understand the value of time. Value of money is definitely there, but value of time. Because normally when we work somewhere, what happens is that your bosses are asking you, hey, what did you do yesterday? Did you send report? But here, particularly in entrepreneurship, nobody asks you. So you should know in your mind that my 10 minutes are gone, my 15 minutes are gone. So now I have to take charge of my time, and time is valuable. Time is essence of life. So all these things, so many things they have taught at the time, gave us importance and significance of time, significance of challenges, significance of hurdles, troubles, and how you come out of that.
And like after like being an educator, you have started your own venture, I think, field college of professional studies.
Studies.
So how does this idea come into your mind? How did you start it?
Yes, that's right. Entrepreneurship is, I can say it was in my blood since the last many years. And what has happened is, I told you that I worked in industry for a few years before getting into the education sector. I still remember those days. People will laugh, but that's what my journey and that is my experiences. I worked in industry, and then I started teaching in university and in colleges and polytechnics somewhere in Maharashtra. But when I was working in industry, what has happened is, I'm telling you 35 years, 30 years back, 32 years back story. They said that, ma'am, you worked in our industry for many years. How I was working for telecommunication industry. So they said that you know about the circuit boards and transceivers and everything. What I used to do is, although I was teaching in engineering college or polytechnic, I used to cross that octave, take those printed circuit boards and components and everything. I had a signal generator oscilloscope at home, and I used to employ a couple of women, and they used to solder everything. I was testing it all PCBs, putting it into the bag, putting some onions and tomatoes on top of that, because I have to cross the octave and give it back to the company. And that was although I was working in the teaching faculty, but this was a job. But what it is, it's like, and then those days they used to call my small company as an ancillary unit to the bigger one, because they don't have to employ anyone, and because I had that experience. So doing this business was always in my mind. Whenever I used to see some big businessman, or some businessman, could be educational businessman, or it could be any industry, but always had a vision that, hey, God, let me have one day, at least I also will have some big office where people are coming, and they are working for me, and I'm making it some change in society. So the vision of having our own business was in my mind. Either it could be an industrial or it's a teaching, but I opted for teaching. But I'm sure sometime, I feel that if I would have continued working in factory industry, I'm sure I would have definitely started some small industry. But the entrepreneurship was in my mind, definitely.
Yeah, entrepreneurship also in your mind. And
Yeah.
after working for so many years, you started your own college, you can say.
Yeah.
But ma'am, you must have surely faced some challenges in this. And what were, if you have faced any kind of challenges, what were those challenges?
Challenges, yes, challenges are part of life. If you move away from them, you will never be successful. Let me tell you, challenges are not only for the starting a business. If you take at the grade 10, challenges are there. Children has to face those challenges to come with a good marks. Challenges are there in grade 12. Challenges are there, and when you take admission in any of the colleges or any of the universities. So I always tell people that don't run away from challenges. Challenges are part of your life. Accept those challenges happily and please come out of that. Now, if you will talk to me in terms of challenges setting up a business in Canada, yes, challenges are there. Challenges were part of my plate. But, facing those challenges very boldly and very confidently. Now, accepting those challenges as a woman entrepreneur, if you go in any part of the world, it's not easy. Whether it's in South Asian countries or Western countries, definitely. But there's a little difference between working in our home country and other, but challenges are there. And I always say that challenges are part of your plate. Discussing mainly on the challenges, I don't like to discuss those challenges because challenges are there. Every person has challenge and challenges are different from person to person. If I have faced these 10 challenges, I'm sure that you might not have those 10 challenges. Somebody has some other ones. So I would like to say, everyone, please do not run away from them. I had challenges more, and I have a lot of challenges. Instead of discussing and about those challenges, I would love to discuss about the victory and the success what we have achieved through our challenges.
Yeah, we achieve through challenges. We need to face challenges everywhere, but it is all about how we handle those challenges.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And yes, ma'am, you have also worked with UNICEF for street children. So what was that about?
Yes, yeah, that was a very, very unique project. While working in university, while working in education sector, I always had an attitude towards community because I always say that whatever you work, whatever you earn money, either in terms of rupees or in terms of dollars or wherever in any part of the world you have, and it is your right to give it back to community, either in terms of money or in terms of your hard work, but somewhere you have to give it back. It is a right of human being, it's a right, I believe. So this is in my, since this was in my mind and heart always. So after even working for university or education sector, I opted for this UNICEF project. I worked with UNICEF project for 2 different projects. One was for street children. You must have seen in our country, in India, many a times due to the poverty, family members, they ask their kids to go to work at the age of 7, at the age of 8 and 9 and 10. They don't go to school and they get into the workplace and they start working with child REs and different places in different parts of businesses. But that is not the age to earn money. That is their age to get back into the school. So I explained to those kids that, beta, this is a time to be in the class. Don't spend your time on taking up some what you call serving tea or serving some vegetable or cleaning tables in food center. No, it is your right to study. So explaining them the importance of education, explaining their parents about the importance of education, and getting them into the class and telling them that do your grade 10, 12, whatever course you select. But education is prime. You cannot be illiterate. This way, if you leave your life that you don't go to school, you are illiterate. You won't be able to sign beta anywhere. You need to study. So that was one part, and explaining their families as well that it is a crime. You are asking 7 years old, 9 years old child to come to work. No, that's not the age to now. So that was one project which I handled, and I taught them. And the another was very, very challenging. That was tender girls were forced into prostitution because of poverty. That was one reason. But other than that, could be something else as well. So these girls of 10, 12 years old, 12 years, 13 years old, they were asked to get into the prostitution, where the girls were so innocent that they were not able to understand what the parents are asking to do. And I found out someday, and I explained to those girls that, look, this is not the way to earn money. This is not way to support your family. Just because your mom said, go there. And those girls were so tender, innocent, immature, that they will come to me and say, teacher, this gentleman was saying this gentleman was saying that, why he is touching this, why? They were not able to understand. I explained her, this is your body, you are not allowed, you should not allow anyone to touch. Be in the class, have a moral, and don't allow anybody to play with your life. Even though if your parents are there, if they are asking you to do that, please say no to them. You cannot do that. Then I work with them, explain them the importance of education, explain them the importance of morale and a nice life. Many girls I've rescued. I got them into school. I got them into foster cares, got them married. They are settled. But it was a kind of a very, 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 very delicate project. Sometimes, Dr. Anjum, if I look back and I say, hey, how this Almighty has given me a strength to face that. Those days, many a times, people used to say, I used to drive a two-wheeler in India, and they said, Chitra, don't do that, because somebody will come from back and will hit you. Are you not scared of that? Because I was playing in a very, very different atmosphere. And the people, those who were utilizing those girls, tender girls, or maybe a 15, 16 years, 14 years girl, they are not, it's not safe. If I look back and if I can say that if I think about that, I always say that kahan se takat aayi thi? Somewhere it's very risky now, but those were the days, and I salute to Almighty that God has given me a success, and I have seen many girls settling in their families. They realize the importance of education. They are qualified. They became grade 10, 12, whatever education they did. But education is important. Education is prime. But the main important thing, which I'm very happy, the girls realize that how to lead a life, what is important, and how to earn money, and how to keep our morale clean. That is very, very important to lead a successful life. Not everybody becomes and takes opt for the professional courses. Whatever course you select, every education in this world is important. Every education is important, and everything is very, very important to the community. Not only is a certain professions are only allowed or certain professions are only important. No, every education is prime. But giving them a significance of education, imbibing morale in them, and taking them to the right path, that's what I am thankful to Almighty.
Yes, ma'am, you have been doing a wonderful job. It was really nice to know about the projects that we have worked, and that was very powerful message because you have helped so many of them to lead a good life, to lead a meaningful life, in fact. And yes, you were talking about education. So I just have one more question regarding this education. It is said that education can play a significant role in achieving sustainable development goals. What do you think about it?
Yes, education definitely has played a sustainable development because if you are educated, education, again, I'm coming back. Let me complete the conversation, what we were talking about, That was not the only thing that which I had worked in UNICEF and I have stopped. No, I have been working in this country as well. Many, I had supported many women here. I had my own NGO and I have supported many women here also. After coming to this country, many times women also faces a verbal abuse, physical abuse. I helped them out, got them into a nice life, supported them financially, supported them physically, emotionally, in all sense, and now they are also settled here. So this kind of attitude is not only with one country. Wherever I am, I would love to support the women. I would love to support community, and that community we have been supporting. The chain is still on; it's not closed. Now, come back to the sustainable goals. Yes, sustainable. If you are a qualified and if you have an education, you will be able to sustain. It is very essential. And again, so education doesn't mean becoming a big lawyer or chartered accountant or engineer or doctor or some big profession. No, every education has a value to community. Whatever education you take, you are able to sustain in this world. You are able to sustain. Take a sustainable goals, anything with the quality of education or clean or organ. You now these sustainable goals are going on very high in today's time. But for everything, if you are appropriately educated, education is that you are able to understand the meaning of sustainable goals and how to sustain through a learning skills, you will be successful.
Yeah, ma'am. So we will be successful if we know the education and if we follow it. So, ma'am, now let's discuss something about your achievements. You have a long list of achievements, so just let's discuss something about your achievements. You have been conferred the Education Excellence Award at the World Marketing Summit and Total Awards Canada in November 2019. So, ma'am, what was that?
Yes, that's thank you. Yeah, that was real honor for me in my life because when I was doing my industrial management and industrial engineering program, the day when I was getting this award in 2019, and Kotler from California, somewhere from the US, he was addressing and giving blessings. Very honestly, I started remembering 30 years back when I was in a class and I had a book of Philip Kotler in my hand, and I've never thought and I had never dreamt that this author is going to bless me after so many years. So that was a very, very, what I can say is a very prestigious one. And I was happy. I had got many, many awards and many appreciations, but this was one of the award which I can say that my guru, my professor, the book which I have read, and the book which I've written questions, answers, I've studied. And then finally, the same author was blessing me from somewhere in some part of US, from California. So it was a great feeling. I can't, I can't say it in words, but that feeling was very unique. And we were, I think, involved at least 7 to 8 people from different parts of the world. So it was a great achievement. And I told you that awards I've been getting, and I'm blessed with that. I can say that my parents and all my gurus, those who have given me education, those who have taught me, I'm saying that they are blessing their shower blessings on me. So that is definitely, I'm really thankful to them wherever they are. But this Kotler Award was a World Marketing Summit, and it was a nice award, which I really enjoyed. And because I had read that book, I went through that, page by page. So that was very trying for me.
Yeah, it's really good to know, ma'am. It's really bright for you. And congratulations for that. But we have more of achievements to discuss. You have also been recognized by Sonia Sidhu, MP, Member of Parliament of House of Commons, Canada, for your contribution in service to the community. So,
yes, thank you. Yeah, Dr. Anjum, that's right. I have been appreciated by many MPPs and MPs here in Canada by helping in education, helping in community. So I'm thankful to all of them that they have appreciated me, and I salute them for the work these members are doing for the parliament. They are also helping community. They are also appreciating. So I also appreciate them. I am thankful to them for giving me an appreciation. So thanks to all MPPs and MPs. They have blessed us.
Yeah. And you're also the vice president of WICCI, Central Canada,
Yeah,
India.
women in commerce, that's an organization in the entire world that, as I told you, that I have a special love and respect towards a women fraternity. So that's an organization where in the entire world, they are women in commerce, all women in various parts of business. We come together. And I'm also a vice president of WICCI, we call WICC. So that's a big organization. We are taking care, encouraging here in Canada also to become a women entrepreneurs and get into the business. If you are working, if you want to get into the business, we are there to support you. And if you are already in the business, if you need any help, any kind of mentoring, we are there to help you out.
Yeah, that's wonderful, ma'am. And one more, I would like to know that you have been also recognized and appreciated by the World Book of Records, United Kingdom.
Yes, that is during COVID. We have helped, we have supported many people in our own country, because COVID, everybody knows the situation was very, very bad that time. And helping people is not only giving them food, but the entire mental was totally gone of everyone's. So giving them some kind of mental strength, help talking to them, because we all know that we were not able to go anywhere. How you support them, how you help them, even with their few words, your good few words, you are able to help each other. So we supported a lot in community. Food was one part, finance was one part, that's okay. But I had always said that many women, children, and men, when they are closed inside the four walls, it was very hard for everyone. Many people have gone into depression. Many people have faced a lot of challenges. I have seen here, a lot of divorces have happened during these days. A lot of families have broken. A lot of families are broken. A lot of children went into the depression. So whatever little I can do, whatever small things, by giving counseling, helping them out with all sense, because I told everyone that this is not a permanent thing. My friend, it will move. Have patience. We are not going to be in the four walls forever. We are going to come out. And look, today we are out. Today we are enjoying our freedom. That's not the case. So, but those many months and days was very prime. You need to have you need to be very mentally strong to face the challenges. So, yeah, help many women, men, children in whatever way I can do that.
And you have also been you have honored and received appreciation as the Unstoppable Star Honor from the Thacker International, ma'am. I think that is one of the latest awards.
Yeah, that's my my contribution to community is through education and through helping people. So I always tell everybody that don't stop anywhere, because when you achieve something, don't think that I've reached to the state or a plateau where I cannot move. No, keep going, because keep going. Don't stop anywhere. If you get 10 things, go for the 11th. If you have 11, go for 12. Don't stop anywhere. And that is very, very essential, because if you want to grow in any field, anywhere, in any part of any sector, don't stop yourself. Don't think that I have achieved. And believe me, I have not achieved anything till today. I really want to grow more. I really want to see myself growing and helping community, because I believe in certain kind of things, that up to certain age of life, you have full right to take from community. You have right to learn from society. And after certain age, now it's right to give it back to community. So now I am in the age, I am in that stage of my life that I have to give it back to community. So don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop of achievement, and don't stop for giving back to them. Keep giving and keep getting, keep learning. Don't stop anywhere.
Yeah, ma'am. Keep learning, keep giving. That's a wonderful thought.
That's what. Don't stop anywhere. Keep going till you go up. You are working. You are achieving. You are helping. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, any of your achievements, any more that you would like to share? Because there are
Yes,
certain
I would like to share one very small, very good achievement. I am from Nagpur. It's a place in Maharashtra, and I have been in. I have from Nagpur. I studied from Nagpur University, and when I have been awarded, I was and that Nagpur area. The area is called as Vidarbha area. So that area, when they gave me a Vidarbha Pride something, I'm the pride of Vidarbha. It was really a social reformer as well. But Vidarbha pride was that where you are, where you grew up, where you did your education, and when they value you, that is something very great. So that was a real pleasure or thanks to my area that when they appreciate you. So that was one of the Vidarbha pride. Also, just like a Kotler, I always had a kind of thanks to them and feel proud that from the country where you grew up and the area where you grew up, and then they appreciate you.
Yeah, that's really great to know, ma'am, that you are from Maharashtra, you are from Vadak, from Nagpur, and let me tell you, I am also from Maharashtra, just 150 kilometers from Nagpur. I am from Chandrapur.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful. Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's really
okay.
good to know that you are from like you are living in Canada, but you are so you were born and brought up in a place which is so near to me. So that's really great to know, ma'am. And yes, ma'am, you were like discussing that your father was a role model for you, somewhere like you grew up and your education.
Yes, I am born and brought up in Pilani,
Yeah,
and I did my schooling there for a few years, till many years, and then I came to Nagpur. But my father has played a very significant role in my life. I know every father plays a very significant role, and I salute to all fathers, all parents, all mother and father. I always tell all children and everyone that God always says that I cannot be with you everywhere. So I created a mother and father. Listen to them, respect them, and blindly listen to them, because parents, mother and father will never lead you to the wrong path. So definitely all father and all mother, those who are in this world and those who are up in the sky, I salute them. They are the real heroes for making a next generation. But coming back to my life, my father definitely played a very significant role in making my career. And because he was also from engineering faculty, and he also was a professor. So at one point, he explained to me, that's the thing I told you, that he explained to me that theoretically, teaching, coming out of the school, be doing BE, and teaching in the class is totally zero, because you have never seen resistors. Whatever you have seen in the practical lab is not sufficient. If you want to become a good lecturer or a professor, you should work in industry so that you will be very successful in teaching them in class, because industry institute is very essential. So that was a thing which he always explained to me, that work in industry, come back to the teaching. So that was a thing given by him. Many times he will always tell me that, Chitra, see that every year one line is added in your resume. Don't stop. Every year you achieve something. It is very essential if you want to grow, and that is called as continuing education. This is, I'm telling you, 30 years, 35 years old story. Those were the days. He always used to tell me, don't stop. Every time something is to be added in your resume. If you look back for the 5 years thing, you will see the 5 or 7 lines are added. Keep doing, keep writing papers, even though many a times I still remember that many times my colleagues in university and polytechnic and everywhere, they used to say, hey, why are you writing all these things? Why are you writing these papers? Are you going to get some money? Why do you do? Why? You're wasting time. There are other ways. I said, no, because I started writing research paper, I started presenting my presentations and everywhere. I learned personality. I learned how to speak in public. There was some kind of learning process. So idea was that he was a mentor. My father was my professor, my mentor, my guru. And at one point of time, we both were colleagues also in engineering college. People used to say that, oh, your father and daughter teaching in the same college. He is in room number B133 and the lady is teaching in room number 135. So we enjoyed as a colleague, we enjoyed a father-daughter relationship. I enjoyed as a mentor, guide, philosopher, my teacher everywhere. So he has played a very, very significant role in my life. And he just passed away a couple of years back, 4 years back. By the time he has also seen that I had started a college in Canada, and he was so academically thorough gentleman that he used to read. Whenever I used to come to India, I used to bring my flyers and everything to him, and he used to read everything, and he would say, no, change this. This is not okay. You should do this. You should do this. So till he was going up in the sky, he was so affectionate, and he was so engrossed in education that he was giving.
Yeah, great, ma'am. It's so nice to know about you, speaking about your father and his important roles in your life. There must have been again some people, some friends, some relatives who would be there always to support you. So who were they? Anything?
Support my first support is my husband. Believe me, I'm blessed to have him in my life. The way my father has supported me till my marriage, the person to whom I can say is my husband. He is great support to me in all sense. I don't have any words to say thank you to him. Absolutely no words to say thank you. Many a times, Dr. Idym, many a times I've seen that a male, they don't want their women to grow, women to come forward and to face, to get into the different sector. But I'm blessed. This kind of attitude between both of us is not there. He is a great support to me. So the first person to me, I can say, is a great support. Without him, I don't think I'm talking to you today. That's a simple sentence. Whatever today I am, just because of him. Wherever I am in business, wherever I had worked, his support in everything was very valuable. Without him, so it was very hard. And when I still remember my younger sister's word. I just would like to share something. When you were with your parents at home, my father, I told you the way he used to help me out in my career and all my things. So whenever papers used to get accepted or some kind of modifications are required, I used to talk to my father and ask him that, can I do this and everything? And he, without any hesitation, you can go and talk to your father. I got married and then my husband started helping. My younger sister used to say, oh, ask her for 500 rupees. Ask every time she takes help of you. Ask her 1,000 rupees, 500 rupees. Don't do anything free. Now she shifted from that to you. So, without support, without kind of, some support from family, you will not be succeeded. I always say that we women are at the front, but there is at the back a one support power, which is there, which you are very calm, balanced, and quietly you are facing the world because you have a support from family. And without family support, you cannot succeed. That is definitely there. It's very hard. I'm not saying not, but definitely it's very hard. So I'm blessed that I have a good family around me and good friends. Honestly, I thank all my friends in India and in Canada as well. Great support. Without their support, it was not possible what you have seen me today.
That's wonderful, ma'am. And yes, without support, we need the family support if you want to be successful.
Yes. Family, friends, teachers, everywhere, because you learn constantly. Learning process is continuous, and you have been learning through different areas. So learning is a part of your life, and learning, and I always say that learning is a part, challenges are the part. If you keep talking about, many a times people used to, only whenever there's a article in paper about me, they see the awards in me, different things. They people only see that. But I will always would like to tell to all youngsters, you only read about the awards, you only read about the achievements, you only look at interviews, you only look at the some kind of achievements, but you have not seen what difficulties we had faced. Normally, we don't talk about that, because if I start talking about those difficulties or the challenges or the insults or the lowdown, you will not read about my achievements. That is 100% sure, because if you introspect yourself, the challenges which you have seen, nobody would like to talk about challenges. And at the same time, even I also don't want to talk about the challenges what we face, but challenges are part. And because of those challenges, there was a lot of lesson learned templates I had. Because without those lesson learned, and because of those challenges, I have not learned. You learn so many things. So I always tell them, you see that whatever you see with any of the growing person or achiever, you only read about achievements. Nobody talks about the failures. Nobody talks about the challenges. And those failures are so bad that you literally get up. You should have that strength to get up and start working again. So challenges and failures are, I call those are the ingredients of success.
Yes, wonderful, ma'am. Yes, they are things of success. If we don't get these failures, actually, we can never improve ourselves. We can never enhance ourselves, and we can never succeed.
I always say that. I have been praying to Almighty that give me a success through challenges and failures.
Yeah.
I don't want anything free of cost in my plate. I want to work. I want to learn. I want to work, and I want to see the challenges. Because whenever I get the success, I feel that I have achieved it. I don't want free success.
That's super.
God is listening. If Almighty is listening, I'm sure. I always say, give me work to do. I am waiting for work. I'm accepting. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to learn. Give me a learning time. Give me challenges, and then I will be successful. That success will be forever. The reason I'm telling you that success is permanent success, because I have achieved. I have won the battlefield, and now I'm here.
That's wonderful, ma'am. And now we would like to know about some of your future goals.
Future goals, yeah. We have a lot of future goals through a college. Professionally, through a college, we are planning to open a few campuses coming up in Ontario. Is a province in Canada. It's a one province in Canada. So we are planning to have a few campuses coming up in Ontario, and few programs in college we are adding. Something about the Peel College of Professional Studies is approved by Ministry of Advanced Education and Skill Development. And all our programs are 100% based on internship. No program is theoretical. At the end of this education program, we have been sending all students to industries to take and gain experience in working area, what I've told you about the industry institute interaction. So all student gets into the workplace, they take internship, they take Canadian experience, and then they get into the workplace. Now, whether it's a childcare education, whether it's a customer care, whether it's a management, whether it's a IT, whether it's accounting, whether it's education, whether it's medical, every field, whatever courses you will see with the Peel College of Professional Studies, all long-term programs are connected to internship. And internships are so valuable that we have partnered with more than, I can say, 80 to 100 industries in and around Toronto. I salute them. I thank them that they have come forward to support Peel College of professional studies, and which I told you my old story, that industry institute interaction and the bid school, how they are working, the combination of education institute and industry is very important. And because of that, we are very successful in placing students in this country, placing this, giving them job. Because why do you train them? To get into the workplace, to have their financial security, to get the job. So we are able to help them out. And few programs are also pipeline with the ministry. So we have applied for more approval. Here, the systems are a little different. When you start a program, you will have to take approval from the ministry, and then you can start a program. So we have few programs, then few programs are in pipeline, and we have future goals is that we are in an expansion of business, starting up a new campuses in different parts of Ontario. So let's see how it goes. So that is a professional way. And community-wise, yeah, we have goals. We have goals more to help women. I have been working hard on women empowerment, women education, helping many women to become a women entrepreneur, particularly through a Peel College also. We have rescued many women through verbal abuse, physical abuse, and got them, the fees have been set, so we have said no to the remaining balance of the fees. They are ready today in the market. They are earning. They are financially independent. So seeing the women on, financially and socially independent is one part. But community-wise also, we would like to encourage women to become an entrepreneur. Our college supports all women entrepreneurs, everybody. But again, women entrepreneurs, that if you say an example, if you take an example of childcare, a kindergarten course which we have. So if you want to start your own business of kindergarten, we make them free of cost website, marketing flat, everything. You take anything, you do our education from us, and we make you financially independent. If you want to work, fine, fantastic. We help you to get job. But if you want to do your business, we teach them how to become a women entrepreneurs. For the students also, for the customer care, many companies now in the different parts of the world, what they do is they have an office situated in one part of world, and they have been helping to different clients. So we make ready their office at home. We make the website. We help. Idea of a Peel College is to help community. Help communities, not only teaching them in the class on the blackboard and giving them diplomas. That is not the rule. That is not the aim. Our aim is that these students get gainfully employed in their employment. That is very important. So that then you can say that your education pattern is complete. And we take feedback also from the industries to complete the education system, because the graduates, when they got employed in any of the industries, but we don't keep that leg open. We tell industries to come back to us and tell us what difficulties are you facing to not accept, but to train these graduates so that we can change something of training during the next students coming up. We can change the training module. So the feedback system of education is complete. We try that. And our employment standard is also very high, which is above industry standards. So I don't think anybody is unemployed. And in the open forum on this television openly, I'm telling you, if many of the Peel College students, if they come to me and they say they are unemployed, I will help them out. Come. I don't think anybody is there. But again, I'm honestly telling everyone that if you see, and if you say that you are unemployed, come to me. I'll help you out.
That's wonderful, ma'am. And it was really great to talk to you and know about you, and especially the work that is being done by your Peel College of Professional Studies. That was really a unique experience to know more about your college. And ma'am, all the future goals that you have expressed, that you just shared with us, and we hope that God Almighty fulfills all your wishes, all your goals will be fulfilled someday. And thank you very much for joining the show and sharing so much about you and all your inspiring journey with us. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I also thank especially Ravi Shankar sir for this opportunity opportunity that has been provided to us to share our stories with the entire world. And thanks to the whole team of Idym. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, Dr. Anjum. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ravi Shankar. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.